Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. Today we are talking about Mary and Gabriel, the angel that came to tell her that she was going to have Jesus. And the conversation that they had, if an angel come and talk to me like Gabriel did to Mary, I'd probably just either freak out or just fall out and pass out or whatever, I wouldn't believe. It's scary. So anyway, so this is the book that we made the other day. It's got this white border around it. I didn't want to cut off that border, so today we're going to make this. We're going to do our pages with a stamped border, and then we're doing distress ink around it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Today is day 2 in the Jesus in July 24 collaboration. It's an open collaboration, so anybody can join. Just put Jesus in July 24 as a hashtag on any social media. These are the beautiful ladies that are working with me on this collaboration as the creative team for Jesus in July. And they're really, really great. So please definitely go check them out. Check out the hashtag itself, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on and a lot of people adding. Today, we're going to talk about Day 2, Announcement to Mary by the Angel Gabriel. So first I'm going to read right here, Luke 1:26 all the way through 38. The birth of Jesus foretold. In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a village in Galilee, to a virgin named Mary. She was engaged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. Gabriel appeared to her and said, "Greetings, favored woman. The Lord is with you." Confused and disturbed, Mary tried to think what the angel could mean. "Don't be afraid," the angel told her, "for you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will name him Jesus. He will be very great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his ancestor David, and he will reign over Israel forever. His kingdom will never end." Mary asked the angel, "But how can this be? How can this happen? I am a virgin." Angel replied, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the baby to be born will be holy, and he will be called the Son of God. What's more, your relative Elizabeth has become pregnant in her old age. People used to say she was barren, but she has conceived a son and is now in her 6th month, for the word of God will never fail." Mary responded, "I am the Lord's servant. May everything you have said come true." And then the angel left her. So there were quite a few angels throughout Jesus' birth stories. So the angel Gabriel shows up several places. There's angels that sing from the heavens. They go and talk to the wise men or the magi. They talk to the shepherds. They talk to Jesus. Not to Jesus. They talk to Mary, Joseph, Elizabeth, Zachariah, and there's probably more, but that's off the top of my head. So we're doing day 2. If you have this, there's a free download, so you can download this and have the PDF to go along with it, so you can go with us anytime. Now this will be up even after July, so you can go and download the PDF. So here is just a little bit of information. This is day 1. We did that Monday. So this does not come with it. This is a kit that I have in my Etsy shop that you can buy. This here does. So let me see, just so I can make sure. Now, this is not folded yet. It's in kind of a crazy order at the moment. But so you get all of this in the PDF. And it will, if you print it out like I showed in the video for printing a PDF, you should be able to fold it just like this, because I made this journal here using one of these. This is the digital kit I have in my shop, and I'll put it up in the corner so you can see it a lot better. But I definitely want you to know that there is a free PDF that you can go and download and follow along with us at any time. So, day 2, Announcement to Mary by the Angel Gabriel. In the tranquil town of Nazareth, Mary, a young woman of unwavering faith and virtue, was going about her daily chores. Without a warning, the room filled with ethereal light, and standing before her was the majestic figure of Angel Gabriel, with shimmering wings and an aurora of serenity. He was a sight to behold. Mary, Gabriel said, his voice echoing with kindness, "You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and name him Jesus." Mary, though startled by the angel's sudden appearance, remained composed. She was puzzled. She asked, "How can this be, as I have not been with a man?" Gabriel said, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. The child will be holy, and he will be called the Son of God." Despite the extraordinary news, Mary showed remarkable faith. She responded with humility and acceptance and said, "I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled." In the silence that followed, Gabriel disappeared as suddenly as he appeared, leaving Mary alone with the divine secret she was to carry. This event began a miraculous journey filled with challenges and wonders. And then we start day 3 over here. So I wonder, what would I do if an angel came and talked to me? But how would you react to an angel appearing to you? They're big, and they're so bright and majestic and have wings and just more than you've ever witnessed before. I'd be scared to death, probably pass out, to be honest. But Mary held it together, and she accepted the blessing that God gave her. So I was going to do something else today, but I'm really wanting to get my journal printed, or my journal ready, because I'm going to cut these in half and put them in a ring binder. So I'm waiting on the hole punch. That's why I'm not doing the punches today. But this is a day runner binder that I got 10, 15 years ago. I'm going to cut these in half and put these in. I don't think I got the right punch either, to be honest, now that I'm looking. So this is where I'm going to put it. I'm just going to have to put an extra hole in it because there's 7. But then I'll be able to take it in and out like I did with the Peace of God journal. So this is my Peace of God journal. It's like a traveler's notebook. I decided I was not going to take it out of here because this is where I had it the whole time. So I'm not going to make a cover, but I did like the fact that I could take all these pages out and move them around, or be able to write on them as I am studying. So I do need to kind of go back and put my pages in order in this one. But for now, I'm going to do some stamping today. What I was looking at was this. So I've got this white border. As you can see, there's a pretty good sized border. I never could figure out how to get it to print borderless and booklet at the same time. So I was thinking, we could stamp that on all the pages. So this is my template. This here is more of a text like this. This is what I used on this side. So that is text right there. I didn't like that as much. I do like this script right across here. And then I do kind of like some of this that kind of breaks up some of the text. Up here, this is more, I didn't like that particular pattern. So over here, I kept going. This is some of the mushroom. Down here's some of the mushroom. And you can see, I do like that particular text. I was trying to figure out, do I need to turn it or keep it straight or what to do with it. And I am using a lot of ink, which is fine. I mean, this is my collaged ink page right now. So the stamp that I'm going to be using, here it is. So here's mine. I'm just using some scrap paper. And I turned it over on this side so maybe you could not see all the other. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one page, and I'm going to leave them together at this point because I think it'll be easier. And I'm taking this here and I'm putting it right there to where it's almost at the brown line. That way I can do this. So what I'm using VersaFine Pine Cone. And again, like I said, I don't need this much ink, but what I want it to do is to make sure I get a good print, because on the other one there was some places that it didn't really do a whole lot. See, I want some of that texture of the mushroom where you don't see the mushroom. So then I come up with this. Let's see. So we got a little texture. So that gives it some added beauty to the side. And you can't, well, here you might be able to tell that's a mushroom, but I don't know. So what I'm going to do across this one is try and get more of the text in there without getting this part that says September on it. I'm trying just to ink that part up at the top. And then I'm also trying to wiggle it so I have a little different text going on. Move this up. I think I'm going to try and stamp the mushroom up in that area. Right. Oh, I don't know why it didn't take on that. So I'm going to leave that. I like it. One thing that I did do, if I can find that piece of paper. So I was using this. It was scrapbook paper, and I was using it to cover up the line. Well, it really made my pages uneven. So this is thicker. It works better with it. This is just copy paper. So here again, I'm going to try and go with the writing going this way. So let's see. And I got these stamps off Amazon. I love these stamps. They come in a pack of 4. And I'm doing it this way just more because so the writing will be kind of the same. And you can see that it's going in the right direction. Okay. So across this way, I want to go up and down because this is, let me see. So this is the top. So I want my top going this way. I know I'm making it. I shouldn't put ink all over it, but you know, sometimes we do that. I'm going to try and get this one a little crooked. So we're going to do this around the edges, and then we are going to ink it, so it will make it look a lot better once we ink it. But first, I'm going to go ahead and do all the stamping. And basically, I'm going to do the same thing front and back. I'm going to make sure which direction my paper's going, so I don't print it on the wrong side. Why I keep covering that whole stamp, I don't know. So I'm going to go and do this, and I will come back in a little bit when we get to the next part. See if I can get, I don't want a whole lot right there. Maybe just a little script. It's looking pretty good. So I will be back. So I'm back. We started with this with just the white border. Then I did the stamping, which I showed you just a few seconds ago. I did the stamping all around on both sides. Then after the stamping, I went and used the distress ink and went around it on all these pages. I've got one left so I can show you what I was doing. I think it really turned out nice. So these are my scrap paper. That's how much ink. But I really liked that particular stamp, and I couldn't figure out how to get it on there without having ink everywhere or using a lot of ink. So this one is also, it could be distressed and glued onto something and look good. So don't throw these away. They could be on cards or something. Even these up here, some of it could look good. So then this was the last one that I had done, and I really like how the edges are getting inked. And I may put this in as a little book or something, because I like that. So what I'm doing, and I figured out to start with that if I did the same way as I was doing when I was stamping like this and covered that corner up, then you had a sharp line right there. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking that corner and lining it up with my blocking sheet. And then I'm just taking my ink and smushing it around. Should probably need to start off. I just put some of the refresher in it because it was getting kind of dry. But that's all I'm doing is just going around. I'm using my surface, my blocking paper, my whatever, I don't know what you call it right now. masking paper. So it's getting kind of old and tired, so it's not wanting to do real great. Let me see. So over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to cover up that corner because it will give you definite show lines of where you had inked and stopped. I am really liking how this has turned out. I'm still waiting on my hole punch. And I'm still thinking about maybe putting some washi tape on the edges, like right here, when I get ready to put them in my journal to make them stronger. Or I have a little circle punch page protector that I thought might look good too. And that's probably what I'm going to use. I'll grab it here in just a minute and show it to you. So see the difference? It just turns out so pretty. I had to keep reminding myself to get that corner. And you can start off the edge. I just do what I do, I'll tell you. So I'm wanting a little bit darker right in there because I just didn't like it that way. Yeah, if you don't want to definitely have circles on your pages, you can start off the sides like this and go in so that your ink is already kind of gotten off on something else. Just not really, doesn't matter. So I want to do a little bit here. Actually, I can turn this way. And you do not have to distress these. I wanted to keep the size. I could have trimmed it down, but doing this really has made a big difference, at least for me. So can you see right here, there's a little bit of a mark where I forgot to come down a little bit closer so you can see how it's like a tan line. When you go swimming, you get your tan lines. I'm going to do a little bit right here because I can see some more white. And you can just do it however you want. Really like that. I'm going to put a little bit more right here, I think. Looks kind of crooked, which it might or might not be. Okay. So this I will probably throw away. Or save for more junk. But this one I'm going to keep. It just turned out really good. I'll just add some more. And this was just plain copy paper. My other pages are printed on 28-pound paper. But I do like the look of this one. Just get rid of some of that white. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, especially the Bible study on the angel talking to Mary. I just thought it was amazing that an angel would talk to anybody. Well, I know God talked to Moses, and there's a lot of other instances where the angels talk to people, but I'd probably be really scared. So, but it's very interesting. It's definitely part of the nativity scene of Jesus. There's still a lot more to go, so definitely come back and visit. I will have Bible study on Monday and Wednesday, and I think I'm going to try and just add some extras in there, but I'll do a calendar and try and get it up where you can see it. So it is the 4th of July. Well, while I'm doing this, I'm going to say thank you This is our final product. It will fold like this and be a book. It really looks, because remember, this is the front page with nothing. And this will be the front page with something. So there's a big difference. I hope you enjoyed the video, and great if you hit that like button, subscribe button if you're new here, and leave me a comment what you think about the birth of Jesus, what you would do if an angel came to talk to you. Would you pass out and be so scared you couldn't stay? You just, that was it. That's me. I'd probably be too scared. But Mary wasn't. She talked to the angel, and also leave me a comment. I hope that you go and check out my creative team here. We have all these lovely ladies. And I did mention, I don't know if I talked about it all the way or at the beginning, but this is Kara Brandon Creation. She's doing bingo for the Christmas in July in her Facebook group. So I printed it off, and I thought we could do that. When I started earlier, I didn't think I saw anything on here that I could mark, but I'm thinking we use stencils, because we use this to mark our thing, kind of like we would do with a stencil. So I'm going to count this as a stencil. And so when we were doing that, someone put me I need a little star or something to put on it. I'll have to find some stickers and I'll put one on it. So that is really, I mean, that made such a difference. Look at that. I'll go ahead and fold this one, even though I want to cut it. So guys, have a great week. And I will see you very soon.